Many, 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 many times.
Okay, we're on now. So why don't we start with that, since that's the question on everyone's minds. Um, you have had, or have you had, I guess, any run-ins with Laura and or her family since everything that happened last year?
So I wouldn't say obviously intentional run-ins, right? As everyone who has paid attention to anything knows, not only did she book studio time with us and then try and defame us afterwards and fraudulently charge back the charges, which of course got reversed, but we happened to work out at the same damn place. So that's been oodles of not fun. It's crazy. I work out, to put this in perspective, 8 times a month. That's it. I don't go to Barry's boot camp more than 8 times a month. I struggle to actually even hit my 8 classes a lot of the times because I'm traveling. And I, for some unforsaken reason, will run into her at almost all of them. Not all of them, but way more than you would like. So I've seen her every month since this whole thing went down, easily.
Yeah. Wow. It's crazy that she's like working out, that frequently still at Barry's, when she's saying that she's got such a problem with her eating disorder that she's basically bleeding out. Like, why are you going to exercise classes then? You're like so thin that you say you have a life-threatening issue. What are you doing? Like everything.
Well, I will attest. I will be able to attest. She's scary skinny,
yeah.
right?
You can see that from the pictures, yeah.
Should not be working out whatsoever. Like, definitely needs to get some medical attention and help. I believe that entirely, but at some point you can't try and use that as an excuse for I'm not going to show up to the trouble that I brought upon myself with the Mike Maricini case.
Yeah.
Because I'm too ill to physically be there, yet you are at Barry's boot camp every single day.
Yeah.
And then secondly, you're then competing in the horse shows. When I saw that, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me. And the fact that there were county investigators there, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know who all was there, but I know I got a message from somebody. I think it was either the Friday night or the Saturday night. I woke up in the middle of the night and saw this. And they were like, just so you know, Laura Owens was competing in a horse contest like today or yesterday or whatever. And I was like, so the hearing that she didn't show up to was Wednesday. And this was Friday that somebody sent the message on Friday. And I just happened to finally, for the first time in forever, check my message requests folder, luckily. So I start looking into this, and I know nothing about equestrian. So I'm like up at like 4 or 5 a.m. on my computer. I'm like, no, I have to figure this out now. I can't wait. I have to figure it out now for some reason. That's just how I work.
I love it.
And so I finally find these pictures of her, and I'm like, oh my God, you're actually this fucking stupid. You're so stupid.
I mean, it's insane. It's insane, dude. After she had said, she had filed something, I think, once again with the Mike Maricini case of I'm 70 pounds or something, the deal, and I can't travel, and so I need to be able to appear virtually. And I think that was a couple of months ago now. I was like, wait, literally the next day she's at Barry's boot camp. And not only is she at Barry's boot camp, she brought her mother. And I'm like,
oh no, not the lady from Monsters, Inc.
Who's like, is this some kind of weird trap? Like, what are they doing here? Is there some kind of plot of, I'm going to get my mom in on this so we can sue Barry's? Like, I don't know. We fortunately were in very different parts of the class, but yeah, just crazy. And it was her mom's first class. They announced it. They were like, congratulations, mom, like first class, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Barry's is annoying with all the hype stuff like that. And once again, I've never, ever spoken to her. I've never come close to her. I never will because, and they've got cameras all throughout. They've got the cameras in the lobbies. They've got cameras in class. You're not allowed to bring your cell phones into the red room, which is what they call like where you work out. Uh-huh. So there's no way anybody could ever accuse me of saying anything to her, nor would I ever want to. But yeah, I was like, wait, like a day ago, you're like, oh, I can't travel because I'm so anorexic, but here you are with your mom. Like, if anything, her mom should be like, Laura, honey, like we should probably consider not working out because like there's a problem.
Yeah, I'm not one to criticize people's, weight-based appearance at all. But if you are, saying that you're so thin that you're in a dangerous position, then I feel like that's a point where I'm going to have an opinion. So like, I don't care that she's like skinny or whatever. I don't give a shit what she looks like.
Oh no, I don't give a shit.
When you're
if you're an asshole, you're an asshole.
Yeah, right, exactly. So it's not really about, and I know I'm only saying this because I know she'll like run with it. because she has a special fixation on me right now. For some reason. I mean, I'm not that.
Laura and Blake, they just have crushes.
Dude, it's fucking weird.
You're
It's fucking
famous.
weird. Yeah. 3 people have mentioned or put photos of me in court this year. Like what? I don't even talk to people that much. It's really crazy.
I mean, are we not allowed to have like sane opinions anymore? Are we not allowed to just like have conversations
You're
about?
allowed to have insane opinions, but I'm not, apparently. I am not. No.
You're right.
Yeah. It's a special what's the opposite of a privilege? I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extreme disadvantage.
Yeah, yeah. So, Laura had these another indictment happened Tuesday before she was supposed to show up in court on Wednesday. I've been here both times that Mike's hearing was supposed to happen. The first time when she used the ADA excuse and was, pulling her medical bullshit. Oh my God, I'm dying, even though I'm just going to go to Barry's and do a spin class in 2 hours after this, whatever.
Oh no, that was the first excuse when everybody was in San Francisco. Wasn't that then 2 days later she's at the horse show?
Yes, because so she competed on Friday, I believe. When I finally figured out how to read horse results.
I can't read them either. I'm not a horse person.
They had somebody there who confirmed that they actually saw her there on Wednesday. And there was this lady, Kristen, and she was at the horse show. And she confirmed that she was there, like, I don't know if it's the whole week, but most of it. And when I talked to her privately, and I don't think she's going to care about me telling you this because she's pretty much open about what happened. She said, I was there on Wednesday and she was there on Wednesday. So, she was there. Maybe she wasn't riding the horse in the contest or whatever, but she was there.
Wait. So let's back up for 2 seconds. Horse shows are multiple days?
Oh, dude, apparently. I don't know about these things, but until somebody sent me a DM.
Now you do. You're freaking up at 5 a.m. reading about them. So enlighten the rest of us. Yeah. I was like, you show up with your horse, you do some jumps, and somebody gives you a score, and then maybe you win, maybe you lose, and then you go home. But apparently it's like a whole week ordeal.
Yes. So that's why I was so intent on figuring it out right then, because it was still going that weekend, and she was supposed to compete the next day. And I had to figure out, I was like, I got to figure it out if she's competing tomorrow so that we have somebody who can confirm that she's actually doing this right now. And she was. So.
Oh, boy. Crazy. So the other fun fact is, I know there's a couple of other people at Barry's who are following this case now. And I'm not going to go into that, but like it's very, very common knowledge. And all of my favorite trainers, the classes that I frequent the most, and unfortunately, so does Laura, they are full-fledged. Like they know they're following, like they're in on the tea. And I communicate with a handful of them, not about her ever, but I've heard through other people that I've met through the workout classes who've seen me on these types of things with you. They're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Dude. I mean, her jig is up now. Law and Crime, I think like an hour or two before we came on here, Law and Crime actually did a coverage on this. So it's not going to be going well for her. I think that people are going to figure David out eventually because they're going to look mostly at Clayton's trial because Clayton was, the Bachelor or whatever. That's the publicity draw for a lot of it. And they're going to look at, kind of the way David conducted himself as well. And so it's going to be a problem for him. So I expect a lot of spiraling in the next few months. So.
Oh, speaking of David, great segue. I got an email from the Bar Association last month. And they're like, hey, can you resubmit a couple of different videos and things that we need because we're re-reviewing things and I think we're pretty close to getting this thing buttoned up. I was like, yeah, sure, here you go. So they send you a little specific link that you have to use for their portal. And as you all probably remember, some of you might not remember, I filed a bar complaint against him because he was defaming me and my business on Twitter. And then he deleted it. And then he went on a handful of YouTube rampages. Unfortunately,
which time?
Right? I know which one. Handful of people did watch, record. And then after he deleted his YouTube rampages where he also further defamed my business, somebody had saved them. Thank God. And so we were able to use those videos that they had saved and then submit them back to the bar, even though he had deleted them from his public channel. So I think that coffin is going to close soon.
Yeah. Yeah, they asked me to provide some more information on some stuff a couple weeks ago, and then he spiraled, and they had to send me his response. So they did, and he spiraled, and when he responded to them, he was like, basically, what you guys are doing to me is the same thing as if a police officer pulled over someone and said, "I pulled you over because you're black."
Make it make sense. I don't
It's
understand.
the craziest thing I've ever. I was like out to dinner with a bunch of people, and I was like drunk, and I get this message from the bar, and I was like, "Did you guys send me the right response? This is a white guy. Like, what are you doing?"
Oh my
It's
gosh.
crazy.
I bet. What other plot twist are we going to get in this freaking stupid ass saga? The fact that Greg has finally gotten some positive momentum for him. I was wondering. I was like, what is ever going to happen for Greg? Because as everyone here knows, I know Ashley, and I think she's a wonderful gal.
Yeah.
And she is married to Greg, has a kid, blah blah blah, all the things.
Yeah. I got another one on the way, right?
Yeah, another one on the way,
Mhm.
which is wonderful. They're both so great. But I was like, what's ever going to happen with that? Like, she totally fucked with him the same way that she fucked with Clayton, right? And he's not a big celebrity, so he's not going to get like Daily Mail status, which obviously he has now because they did end up writing about it.
Love
But
that.
I'm like, wait, everyone who knows me is like 14 like charges. This is crazy. At first, when the first 7 came out, everyone was like, on my side of the fence. None of us are cool YouTube personalities like you, but we're talking about
Cool is the operative word, but okay.
You're famous. Okay, Blake Lively knows who you are. That was
I'm like a wireless celebrity. It's fun.
Gossip Girl was my favorite show.
It used to be
I was
one of
always
mine.
a Blake Easter, though. I was never a Blake Lively, so let it be known. I'm definitely on your side.
I loved Gossip Girl, and then like the lady from Gossip Girl tried to get my credit card numbers. So, I don't love it anymore, but like listen to what I just said and know that it's totally factual and it's so bizarre.
That's literally why you're famous. I keep telling you, and you're like, "Oh, I'm not famous. It's not me." She's just trying to get into your bank account. No big deal.
So nutty.
But anyways, back to we were all surmising. We're like, oh, well, she doesn't have any prior charges, so she's probably not going to go to jail. But now that we have 7 more on top of this, I think I'm never going to see her at Barry's boot camp. Hopefully, very soon. I'm feeling hopeful.
So just like kind of a general question about Barry's boot camp because it comes up so much. Is this like a super nice gym? I don't have anything like that where I am a Barry's boot camp. So like, what's
Where are
the
you
draw?
again?
Orange Park, like outside of Jacksonville.
But yeah, you would not have one over there. I think the closest to you would probably be Tampa.
Yeah, no, I've never seen anything Barry's boot camp.
Barry's boot camp. Let's see. Have you heard of Orange Theory?
Yes.
Okay, Orange Theory is like
They won't stop calling me. I put my email in there once, and they will not stop calling me. I'm like, I'm still fat. Leave me alone. Like,
you need to be nicer to yourself. So let's like start some positive self-talk.
I could be nice or I could be funny. I choose funny. So,
you could probably be both. Like a little bit wouldn't kill you.
Don't challenge me.
Okay, so this is coming. All you people in the comments, everyone has probably heard of Orange Theory. You've been to Orange Theory. Like you're all going to come at me after I say this. I did Orange Theory for a solid 5 or 6 years. I was obsessed. I did it every day. I was like a psychopath. Orange Theory is like the cheaper version of Barry's boot camp, like little less intense, little less exciting, little less sexy, little less everything. So Barry's is more expensive. Let's start there. The price tag's higher than what you're going to get at Orange Theory. I think unlimited is like 300 plus a month.
What?
To put in perspective, I go 8 times a month, and that's $155 a month. And I'm in a low market. So Scottsdale is not considered a prime market like Miami, DC, New York. All those guys pay even more for 8 classes a month than what I pay.
It's crazy.
It's dark in there. Half of it's tread, half of it's weights, and then it changes. So some days it's abs and ass. Some days it's arms and abs. Some days it's lower body. Some days it's upper body. You kind of get whatever you want. The music is always on point, and they only hire the best of the best when it comes to instructors, which is kind of how Orange Theory started. They used to be really great with the instructors, and now it's like
a big thing, like not too long
ago. You can do a push-up, you can work at Orange Theory kind of vibe these days. But Barry's is maintained that kind of stature, if you will. It's fun. It's a beat. It's just it's like a vibe of a workout, but it's also really fucking hard if you're doing it properly, which she's not. She just stays on the treadmill the whole time. So I mean, I don't know. You could take a walk outside for free. Like that would make sense given the fact that you're declaring bankruptcy and indignancy, but don't
Yeah.
get me started.
Who's paying for mom's membership right now?
Who's paying for her membership?
Oh, who fucking knows?
And why has the Airbnb not been sold? Like, I don't understand this stuff, dude.
I have a theory about how they still have funds, and I don't want to really explain why, because I only know why because I did some things that were not nice a while ago. But you can like use a credit card to Venmo yourself money, and it ends up in your bank account. So I think that, and this is totally speculation, I think before they declared the bankruptcy, they maxed out those credit cards, and I think a lot of it went to themselves. You know, they weren't like paying for stuff. I think they were sending themselves the money from the line of credit so they could still have a fund after they declared the bankruptcy. Yeah, that's total speculation. So.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I did that when I was a long time ago with my parents' credit card. So I did.
We speak from experience, lethal.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I should tell people this, but it was a long time ago. So and they knew about it, but still.
Yeah, I'm sure they figured it out.
They did find out.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's one definitely interesting way of looking at that. I don't spend any time really thinking about her finances, her in general, any of that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I just am always excited to see like we're one step closer to not seeing her on the weekly at the gym. This being said, everybody's been messaging me, have you been to Barry's lately? Has she been there? I had to have ovarian surgery last week, so I haven't been able to work out. Mm-hmm. So I've been on a hiatus from being able to hit the gym. So as all this crazy San Francisco shit has been going down for the second time, I haven't been at Barry's, so I can't give you guys any kind of update of, yeah, she's been there. No, she hasn't. Otherwise, I would. Well,
if you're recovering from something, you probably don't want to see Laura. So I don't.
I don't want to see her ever. Even if I'm as healthy as can be, I don't want to see her. It's just
for sure.
But it also it pains you because you're like, this person has such a sickness. They do not have any place being in a gym. They do not need to be here. They need to be focusing on a lot of other things, but working out is not one of those. Yeah. And just thinking of the human aspect of it, despite all the crazy stuff she's done, you're just like, oh, get out of here. Like, stop doing this. You're actively punishing yourself.
I mean, sorry to hear that you had to have surgery. Of course, that sucks. Hopefully you seem like you're, healthy, so I'm not too worried, but of course, anytime anyone has surgery, that's a big deal. My
hiatus as to why I can't answer as to what's been going on for the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she faked ovarian cancer when she was with Mike.
What?
You didn't know this? So she faked ovarian cancer. She said that she had an ovary removed.
Did she?
No.
How did he find out that she never had an ovary removed?
Well, the doctor's notes were all fake. Like, she's done this, but it took a while, I think, for him to find out. That's a question I should have asked him. So before I came on with you, I was actually doing an interview with Mike and his wife, Danielle, which I have to edit when we're done here, and then I'll post it. But they were talking about how, Laura had done the fake surgery. And he went over to the house because she was, like, begging him, basically, to take care of her and be there for her and shit, like, as if he hadn't done enough. And Jan, her mother, had, like, ice packs on her, and they made it seem like she was, like, being, like, treated after the surgery and, like, in recovery after this fake fucking surgery. And then he's like, you don't have any, cuts or scars or anything? They're like, oh, no, they did it laparoscopically, whatever. And I was like, well, they probably, knew to use that excuse because that is how they took Jan's brain out. They went in with a scope. But it's just kind of crazy that there's so much involvement in the fraud in that family. I didn't know that detail before. So he said, Jan really, like, put on the show too.
Well, I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. The thing that I think that's going on with the Barry's situation, once again, when they go, her mom just sits there on the treadmill with her and walks the entire time at like a 2.0 miles per hour. You could literally do it outside. Why are you paying money to be inside to do this? We live in Scottsdale, Arizona. It doesn't get much nicer than here. Yeah. And I'm like, I feel like they're going to try and sue them for something, right? She's going to be like, oh, I'm so frail. And they just continue to let me work out. And you get, I don't know, when you sign a gym membership, though, you literally sign your life away. So I don't think, I don't see where the angle is, but I never see where the angle is with this stuff. And if it's to try and con me, well, I'm never going to be caught dead speaking to you. And if I were able to know when you would be in class and not be in class, you would bet your ass I would never be there. But I don't know. It's really strange to me because why are you going to spend that much money to walk on a treadmill? Either of you. So
Nutty. Yeah, you can exercise anywhere. So you don't have to do
for
all that.
free. If you have financial problems that you're trying to make a case for, exercise for free. But
Yeah.
secondly, in terms of ovarian cysts, I just had 2 ovarian cysts and then they found stage 3 endometriosis. And I've been feeling like shit for 2 years. Finally got it all out. It was the easiest surgery on the face of the earth. It was great. But I have 3 little scars that I could show anybody who wanted to know, right? I've got
Mhm.
surgery paperwork. I've got pictures of what they removed out of my body, literally 2 feet away from me.
Yeah.
You have surgery. It's very clear and easy to be able to be like,
Yes.
this is what they did.
Yeah.
So to not be able to produce any of that, and mine was laparoscopic as well. There's still incisions. Once again, loads of bullshit.
Yeah.
Unsurprising.
Well, I actually had no idea. I've been kind of like MIA from. I almost took a week off from like YouTube and social media, basically. So I guess this is probably around when you had your surgery. I just started like I was like not paying attention because I had so much going on. So I just had no idea that you were even going through that. I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, don't feel bad. It's the best thing that could happen. I finally went to a doctor who took me seriously, and they were like, "You need to get these removed ASAP."
Yeah.
And then they found all this other crap, and they got it all out. And I'm literally the day after, I was like, "Wow, I feel a million times better, even though I'm sore."
Yeah.
Thank God somebody finally took me seriously. So please don't worry. It is all positive news on this side of the fence. But why were you going to get off social media, or just the Blake Lively and all
no? So I was supposed to take the LSAT actually tomorrow. But I decided to put it off until February because I have so much going on right now. But no, I had work and I did, the YouTube stuff after work, and I just had family stuff I wanted to do, and I was just like, with my free time, I was just like, I really want to do something else. So, especially when I'm out here, I'm like, I came all this way, I might as well like go do something, while I'm here, because I live far away. It's like, so I went on the boat. I went to meet some friends who live here, and just all kinds of stuff. I was like, I'm not really interested in bothering myself with the internet right now. It wasn't like an intentional like I need to get away. You know what I mean? It was just like it just happened. So
no, I love that. That's awesome. Did you do anything really awesome in SF? I know you're still there.
Yeah. I mean, just seeing everybody was really nice. But no, I'm like pretty laid back. I'll like come up with something to do when I'm like, oh, it's 4 p.m. I should probably go do something
You're like,
the day because
I can get out of here.
I still have to work on East Coast hours while I'm out here. So I'm working from 4:45 or 5 to 2 p.m. And then, I try to do what I can after that. But yeah. So mostly just seeing people.
Did Clayton come out for this one, or was he at the...
He couldn't. No, he couldn't. He went to the last one. But speaking of Clayton, so I saw this comment. They went through the mouth, I guess, for the surgery. But, like, so did Clayton. It's the first thing that popped in my head. Sorry. It's like really different. But, hey, Omar, what's up? She's not telling people she's scoring in the top 98% in her practice test.
Oh, hell yeah, girl. Of course you are. You're fucking witty, smart, all the good things. I know you're going to crush that.
I don't know if that's even true. Omar might have hit my weed stash. I'm not really positive.
Okay.
I don't know what the 98th percentile is anymore. Well, when I took it a long time ago, I did well.
Not a big deal, though. I mean, that's fine. You'll still get through it.
Yeah. Just joining. Did y'all discuss Douche Canoe's blog post he put out today? No, I wasn't really interested in that. I started to read it, and I was like, this is the rambling of someone who's drunk at noon. So I don't care.
Wait. Is he back on his old shit, if you will?
He deleted all his social media, but he still blogs.
Oh, okay. Cute. As if anyone cares.
So he put up this whole blog, and I skimmed it about how the Arizona bar is corrupt and like all kinds of crazy shit today. And I was like, I can't read all this. He was basically like responding to a troll comment, but he responded with like a 4-page, letter to the manager, basically.
Can somebody please in the comments go grab this letter, throw it into GPT, and say, give me the top 5 bullet points?
Ooh, do it. Yeah.
Somebody
do
it. Fucking cliff notes. That would be amazing.
Yeah. So anyways, I actually asked you about this before we came on. I know people have heard a little bit about this before, but David, came after you in your studio pretty hard to the point you had to block his email. What happened there? What exactly was he threatening you with?
Okay. Okay. So fun fact, I wanted to hop on with you because I saw the 7 new indictments and I was like, I miss Lauren. I want to like do this. We haven't done this in pretty much a year. This email is from November 14th of last year. So basically a couple days and then we're at the year mark, which is nuts. Because like you said, it does feel like it's been going on for ages. Why is she still not in jail? Let's see. Hey guys, Laura just shared some absolutely shocking news with me. It appears after we used your studio yesterday, someone reached out and to your studio threatening you in some unknown manner. As a result of this threat, someone from your company posted comments on social media which are arguably false and defamatory, suggesting that you have accepted the false narrative shared with you by Laura's critics. Guys, this is unbelievably serious. I'm honestly shocked, but I need to gather more information before I can determine the next steps. He goes on and on and on. In any case, here's the deal. I need you to immediately provide me with all correspondence you've had with anyone regarding Laura.
Crazy ask, by the way. Show me all your messages with random people you've never met.
We have some examples shown below, but I need to see the entire discussion underlined. Second, I would like you a chance to explain your side of the story. Also, if you receive threats of any kind, I need to know this. Laura is currently involved in a litigation against people who spread false information about her and have made threats against anyone she has contact with. Blah, blah, blah. Third, I am requesting you immediately remove any references to her, whether they use her name or not, from your social media, including the IG story below. Fourth, if you have a legal team, I would ask that you immediately provide.
I'm literally eating popcorn right now, so keep going.
Fifth, please preserve and do not delete any correspondence you have had with anyone regarding whether you provide this information to me voluntarily or not. The evidence is relevant to pending litigation. Having said all this, if you have any questions, let me know. It's like, okay, as if I was born yesterday, first off. I've been in business at that point 14 years. So no, you're not going to intimidate me by sending me all these stupid litigious lines of things that you're demanding that I do. Secondly, fuck you. Like, I have nothing else to say. I've had such a shitty week, dude. I'm not even going to get into the details. And then today, like another fucking layer of bullshit has hit. Has nothing to do with any of this stuff. But my meter of giving a shit has just hit the absolute bottom of the barrel. So I'm like,
I gotcha.
If you, what an idiot to think that any of that was plausible. But no, dude, you posted on Twitter, and that's how everybody found out that you were in my studio. I wasn't even in town. I didn't know you
his fault. That's right. I forgot about that. And you like politely corrected people, just saying like, "Hey, we're just a small business. Like, we don't know anything about this. We're just trying to conduct our business. Like, please stop tagging and like, saying stuff."
Yeah. Like, don't come after us. Like, we did not condone like.
You guys were very nice about it, and then people decided, oh, we shouldn't be doing this. And then after that, I think is when he decided to explode for some reason. So.
I mean, I'm excited. First off, why is the Arizona bar taking this long? I would love to know. If he's whining about them being not great, I'm whining about them being not that great right now because it shouldn't take this long to do a bar investigation, in my opinion.
To be fair, he does have a litany of bar complaints, so they're probably bogged down, but
True.
I don't know, dude. Omar could probably tell us because he's here still. Wasn't the response to this DG you can immediately F off? I mean, I don't remember. Did you?
Yeah, let me look at what my actual response was. I think it's
because you didn't block him right away. Like you tried to reason with the guy.
Did I? I don't feel like I did. I think I was like, "Don't fucking ever contact me again."
Really?
XOXO.
I thought you like tried
Gossip
to.
Girl.
You know what? That's fine too. XOXO. Gossip Girl me. Not the Gossip Girl coded shit.
Dude, I lived for Gossip Girl back in my heyday. I was a Blair Waldorf in and out, as you can hear from my tone.
I wish I didn't have to hate it now.
I know. Okay, this is what I responded with. We never posted she was in the studio. However, we were told that you all posted on X that you were in the studio. We then have received messages, comments, and harassment due to this. We will not jeopardize our business to be involved in other people's personal business. We want no part in this whatsoever. Do not contact us again. Blocked.
Oh, wow. Okay. I thought there was more of a back and forth than that. Nice. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, so you know more about this shit than I do. When is she going to jail? Like, what happens next? We've got all these, like, we're indicted, but...
Yeah.
Now what?
So the criminal trial, the last time they had to bump it back. They bumped it back to January, but that was before this indictment came down. I don't know if it's going to be two separate trials or if it's going to be one trial.
Can they
But
do, wait, Omar, can they do one trial for both of these things?
I think they can't. Or you can come in here if you want. I just assume that you're like, if I were you, I'd be drunk somewhere. So I don't know what you're doing, but you're welcome to come talk to us. There will be no plea. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay.
They can consolidate. Oh, okay. That's fascinating. I need more information. I've never heard of that in my whole life.
I'm about to be drunk somewhere. Okay. I'll get dressed. No, I'm just kidding. But I was told that they would consolidate them, but then I don't totally know or understand these things. So I'm assuming the person who told me that is pretty reliable. But I was still a little confused. Will it be two trials or will it be one? But from what I'm hearing, it's going to be one trial. They're going to consolidate, and I think it will obviously get pushed back
from more. January. So then we're great. So I have to deal with 2026 Laura Owens Berry Boot Camp. Great, because this is about me. This is about me now, y'all.
Well, she's got to go to Barry's while she can, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the prison gym is just not cutting it. I hear it's free though, Laura. So maybe Jan can visit you.
No, it's not. It's funded by my fucking tax dollars. So honestly, I don't want to deal with that either.
My bad.
I'm triggered.
They have to decide if it makes more sense to litigate two trials or one big one because Laura will never plead guilty. That is true. That's true. Yeah.
Do they have to try within 270 days? Answer.
Do they have to try within 270 days? Why? Huh. I don't know. So there's a lot about the procedural stuff with criminal cases that I do not understand because I've only ever looked at family court and civil court. So there's a lot of questions I personally don't have the answer to.
She might get swole in prison, and yeah, I mean, if there's a distinct possibility. You know what? Who asked me this? I don't remember. Somebody messaged me, and I think that prison will be the first time she ever makes true friends. I think she is going to actually make some good ass friends in prison. I think she might thrive there, guys.
I bet she gets thrown into solitary at some point. I'll never have confirmation of that, but still. Laura, if you go to jail, I will write you a letter.
Why?
To thank you for the ad rev that you keep complaining about me getting.
Oh, jeez. Well, I mean, I do hope you're popping up because you're famous now, but I think you're famous from Blake. You're not famous from freaking this.
No, she seems to think that it's not a thing. The way they complain about me, it's like I only ever talk about Laura. I'm like, bitch, I haven't thought about you in months. Like, what do you do? I'm busy.
Justin is
actual rich people. Not pretend rich people. This person actually has money. Okay, they're not going to declare bankruptcy, and she will try to destroy my life. So
XOXO Gossip Girl.
God damn it. Yep, that's about it. Leila, did your lawyers help dealing with Laura and Jingris? Is there any activity ongoing for your case? I may have missed the latest update.
Oh, okay.
It has been a while, so I think people.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. My legal team contacted him, and I made them do it via phone because I knew that if we sent a letter, he was just gonna like blast it everywhere and just go nuts. And he was like, "Listen, you need to stop defaming my client. If you don't, here's everything that we're about to do." Right. And Gingy was like, "I'm not really interested in your client. Like, I don't give a shit, whatever. And then went on to Twitter, I think afterwards, and was like, "We had a really pleasant conversation, blah, 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 blah," and smoothed it over. The thing was, because the chargeback with the whole Stripe Bank of America thing with Laura came back in my favor, then I couldn't go after her because she paid for a service and she received a service.
Right.
Had it been she was able to keep the money, then she would have successfully had financial fraud. I forget which statute that fell under because I can't remember at this point because it's been a year. And then we would have had grounds to be able to go after Laura. But the thing was, she was never the one actually posting and saying anything. It was always through him. So anything that we wanted to do to be able to take action had to go against him versus going against her because he was acting kind of as her proxy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, you guys unfortunately still had to pay attorney's fees for all
Oh,
that.
yeah. And thankfully to everybody who's wonderful and probably in these chats who supported, appreciate you immensely.
Yeah.
Immensely, because I have a normal business attorney, but he's not well versed in all this fucking social media nonsense that's going on. So I got a different attorney group, and they were great, and they've had experience in this realm, and that's what I wanted. I'm like, when you get your law degree, you're going to have experience in one type of law. You're not going to have experience in everything. So you pick your lawyer based on what flavor of the ice cream you need to deal with. So tell me a little bit about that. You're going to get your law degree. What are you trying to accomplish? Just so you can like fight Blake Lively and win forever?
Well, I applied to law school a long time ago. Like I did all this stuff a long time ago, back in 2017, 2018, and I got in. But then we had some family stuff going on, so I deferred. And then I met someone and decided I was going to get married, which didn't work out, but I decided I was going to get married. And I was like, well, I can't move away. So I decided just not to go. And then COVID happened. And then I broke up with her. And I just never went back. And so I kept thinking about it. But then I was like, you know what? I already have a job and kind of a path here. And maybe I don't want to uproot my life and go to school for 3 years somewhere out of town. And then they just opened a law school where I live last couple of years. So then I was like, okay, well, maybe this is a little more realistic, because I don't want to like be a full-time attorney. I don't want to be anyone's lawyer. I just want to be able to fight my own battles, basically, as my thing with like the free speech and all that, because I feel like that's going to be an issue that's going to come up more than once, especially in this climate where, Drake is suing content creators. Blake is suing not suing, but Blake is subpoenaing content creators, just all this kind of crazy stuff. And I'm like, I would love nothing more than to be able to have my own power struggle with these people without having to worry about paying for an attorney. So, and my godmother was kind of like that. She's a bit older now, probably my parents' age, maybe close to 70, and she's been a doctor her whole life, and she kept getting threats with like malpractice, blah, 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 we're going to sue you or whatever if you don't do this or that, and so she actually went to law school while being a practicing physician, and got her law degree and became an attorney as well, so that she could protect herself. And I was like, I really respect that. I think maybe that's something that I want to do. So
That's amazing. You 100% should do it. And you are so smart and so well spoken that if you were ever defending somebody not yourself, I think you would just go in there and crush it.
I think if there was ever a situation where I was like watching somebody go through what I went through a couple months ago, I would definitely step in and just be like, dude, I don't even worry about like paying me anything. I'll fucking do this.
No, I know. You've got such a heart of gold.
Thanks. So what sucks though is like, right when I went to Phoenix, so I was in your area and we were supposed to like meet up, was right when I got that subpoena from Blake. I guess I remember I was texting Omar and Rachel, not about anything related to this, just about like random, like friend stuff. And I was just like, dude, I just got a message. Blake just subpoenaed me. Like, what do I do? What do I do? And so I remember being in Arizona and I was like, I was looking forward to like seeing everybody and doing all this stuff. And then I was just like, I am paralyzed. So
yeah. I mean, it's got to be fucking scary, and like the paralyzing fear of just like they have endless amounts of money and you're a normal person. Yeah. I can't even fathom. But at the end of the day, how embarrassing. Like, she cares about her image so much, right? Like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are the fakest freaking people on the block.
I like Deadpool, man.
Oh, I hated it. God, I was like, you're so cringe. I can't stand it.
That's the thing, though, is like I really love their work, and I'm like, you came after me.
I mean, I agree. Like, I'm a Gossip Girl till I die kind of person, for sure. I was Blair Waldorf in college for Halloween. Like, I literally love that show. I just rewatched it, I think, last year.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm anti-Serena. I thought she was a great actress in Gossip Girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, how pathetic. You're going after people on YouTube because they have an opinion on the fact that you're trying to destroy Justin Baldoni for what?
Well, somebody says, how many channels did Blake try to get info from? 107. Some of them had single-digit subscribers, and she tried to go after things like location information, bank account data, credit card numbers, all kinds of crazy shit. Like, some of the people who got subpoenaed on TikTok had it way worse than me. Like, I thought really? I can't, off the top of my head, I can't tell you what it was right now, but there were a couple things on there. I was like, oh my god, I would be terrified. Yeah. But anyways, she'll have her trial coming up in March, but with Laura, I don't know when that's gonna happen. But
Okay, so you think it's going to get pushed back? So it's not going to end up being in January. We're going to get another.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't imagine so.
Hmm.
There's like so much. I feel like it's so complex, and there's so much to do. I don't know also because she's got 7 new charges, how she's going to pay that attorney.
How is she paying him right now? Is it just from like maybe the Airbnb money? Like
No
she's got
idea. I have
85
no
courses?
idea.
Like what is going on?
No clue. I don't really have any insight into that. I don't know if anybody has
Yeah, I
seen
wish
anything about that.
you know what? My gut feeling is he's not getting paid. She's like,
I think he is though. It's like a private, yeah, it's like a private attorney, so he's not a public defender or anything like that. So I feel like he is getting paid,
no,
but I
but
don't
maybe
know.
he's in it for some kind of like PR play. You know what I mean? Like something good is going to come of this for me. It's going to like make my star rise brighter.
Well, that's what I thought too, and I think that's true with David, who decided to work for free after a while. But that's pretty much what he's worth. But with Josh's law firm, Josh, the new guy, and I think I don't know if it's his associate that's really handling most of the stuff, or if she's a partner. I don't know. I haven't looked into their law firm or anything like that because I'm like, you're just doing your job.
Right.
They haven't really done much publicly. He made some statements, like very, like professional, like not giving too much away statements, a long time ago. And then I saw that yesterday they declined to comment on her new charges. So I'm kind of like, you're not really, if he's doing this for press, he's not doing a very good job of it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm a little confused, to be honest.
Maybe she stopped paying him.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what's going on with that. But I've never
hourly rate is. Has any sleuth in this community figured out what the hourly charges?
Maybe she Venmoed herself the money.
No, I mean, but seriously, somebody in this group I know has called and said, I'm looking for an attorney. I want to know what the fees are. I'd like to work with whatever. Does anyone know what that number is?
Yeah. I have no idea. Somebody will probably come out of the woodwork. Yeah. But.
Okay, someone in these comments, come on, do the Lord's work.
Declining to comment is wise, actually. No, I agree. But I'm just saying, like, if they're like looking to take this as like a PR thing, they would be commenting, in my opinion. Yeah. So I don't know. That's just speculation, though. I know nothing about
Lady Ballerina. I know y'all are a bunch of sleuths, so somebody's got to call this law office and be like, "What's the hourly rate to work with King Josh?"
Yeah.
But the GoFundMe money. Let's talk about that for 2 seconds because we all know that was a huge scam. When they filed all of their bankruptcy nonsense, that was conveniently not included, right?
Yeah, no, it wasn't, and it wasn't brought up in whatever hearing they had the other day. I think it might. I think Tiff said it might come up later on, but it hasn't yet. So, but the thing is, like, the person behind the GoFundMe account, we don't know who that is.
So yeah, but it's got to be one of them.
Sketchy, yeah, but it's sketchy as fuck. So. It's all very strange, and also the amount they put down for like his medical bills every month or so. I was like, that there's no way you're only paying that much for this man's medical bills if you're asking for a GoFundMe. So,
right, but the other part too is he's on Medicare. My husband's an insurance broker, so I know a lot about insurance, a lot more than anyone cares to know in this YouTube live right now. And I can tell you, there's a lot of things that Medicare does cover with chronic illness. So realistically, the out-of-pocket should not be horribly taxing unless he's like living in a hospital. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, he's obviously not because they dragged him out of his bed at the house. Whatever.
Oh man, that video is nuts. That was nuts. When I saw that shit pop up, 3 of my friends texted me. They're like, "Have you seen this?" Yeah. My entire team was like, "What?" First off, can we talk for 2 seconds? You do not have a job. You have one activity you do every day, which is go to Barry's boot camp. Why can't you clean your room? Why does it look like a hoarder lives in that casita? Yeah. I was blown away. I was like, are those piles of clothes? Like, I had to pause the video. I think Justice for Clayton's Instagram posted it. I was like, wait, whoa. That's insane.
Yeah. Um, sorry, my thing was just cutting in and out a little bit. I think it's the Wi-Fi in this hotel, so I
Oh,
missed a little
makes
bit of
sense.
that, unfortunately.
Did you see how messy that room was?
Okay, yes, okay, so that's what you're saying. Yeah, I did see it, and I was like, oh my god, you're living in this filth. You don't even have a job. Like, why are you cleaning this?
100%. You go to Barry's boot camp and you do nothing else. Like,
Yeah.
just put your clothes away, throw them in the wash, and put them where they belong. Like, yikes. But that's on a personal note.
No, I can't. I couldn't live like that. I mean, I have some clutter in my house, sure, but I'm not like I wouldn't let it get to a state where I'm like, this is disgusting.
Crawling over piles of shit, like, that's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Not even 7 a.m.
Yeah. Imagine that being your complaint when the police show up. It's like, I'm sorry, the manager told me that you wouldn't show up before this.
You have a gun. It's like, yeah, that we want them to have guns. Like, that's kind of the point.
Yeah, no, but she was saying they were like drawn on her. I'm like, everyone can see that there are no guns drawn on you at any point in time during this ordeal.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
So, okay, what's the latest with you and DG?
I don't know if you saw his like nice little stories he wrote about me to the court in Mike's case.
I saw a couple of tidbits I think that you shared.
Yeah. So Laura wrote about me and submitted it to the court there.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
you were like line item
yeah,
every.
she had some photos of me, and then she even had a picture of me and Bruce in there. I was like, poor Bruce, like he's just putting up with my bullshit. Like, but there was some photos of me, and then David at one point they were moving to disqualify him because there was a conflict of interest because he kept trying to get like Mike arrested and shit for responding to a subpoena by going to Clayton's trial in Arizona.
Gosh.
And so David, I guess, and I wasn't present for this conversation because I'm not privileged to like all the information in this case. But Mike's attorneys, Rachel and Omar, had a conversation with David on the phone, and he said this would be like somehow beneficial to him based on like the bar complaint against him in Arizona and all that. So I'm just like paraphrasing from what I remember. I'm not obviously not word for word. If you want to hear more about that, obviously go listen to Rachel Juarez talk to
Okay.
Reality Steve, which they did yesterday. But so there's a conflict of interest there, and so they tried to disqualify him, and he retaliated by, even though he was not officially Laura's attorney, trying to become an intervener in the case. And so he wrote these documents basically accusing Omar of conspiring with me to harass and defame him and Laura. He said that I was a cult leader. He said that I was a
That's
criminal.
another compliment, dude. You were like, your star is rising fast.
He said I was a criminal for. He said I impersonated him, credibly impersonated him, and I was like, I put your head on Laura's body. How is that a credible impersonation? Like, this is embarrassing.
Ooh.
Yeah. And he also said that Omar and I were dangerous and that we were going to incite more violence, like what happened to Charlie Kirk. It was a crazy, crazy thing to read.
Oh my gosh, that's nuts.
He had these photos of me and Omar at that event in Phoenix, and you can see in the background it says Blake versus Justin. I was like, this isn't even about your case. And also, he had to like stalk my friend Zach to find that photo. Like he wasn't present, obviously, and I would have been freaked out if he was. But he had to like go stalk my friend Zach's content from back in July and find a photo of me and Omar at this Justin versus Blake panel, and then put it in there. I was like, I haven't even seen this photo. I haven't posted it anywhere. You like went and like watched everything that I did for the last I don't know how many months. It was creepy as hell. But you cannot abuse the courts like that. Like you can't just use random court cases to create a criminal, an official record of criminal accusations against a random non-party. So that's when I wrote, and I've refrained from doing this the entire time, even when he threatened to sue me for the copyright stuff, even when he like said awful things about me and my friends. I refrained from doing this, but then I finally decided I want to complain to the bar. Yeah.
You added on to the pile. I love to hear it.
I did. And like I this entire time have given him a lot of grace, and I've also given him a lot of like kind of I think leeway in that I'm like, well, I talk shit about him online all the time, so if he wants to talk about me like that, that's fine. That's not something I'm going to go and complain about because I kind of in some way participated in that. But when you abuse the court as a licensed attorney, we're
Yeah.
now entering a different kind of territory. If you want to write awful, heinous things about me on your law firm website, like an unprofessional pig, that's fine. But you cannot abuse our court systems to do so. So I wrote to the court as well, and I asked them to strike his filings, which is not something that's been addressed yet. But I asked them to remove his filings relating to me because it was an improper use of the court system, and it should not be tolerated. So I don't know if that'll work out or not. If it doesn't, then that's fine. At least I got to have my say. So.
No, I mean, that's the perfect way of doing it. As always, you've done it so strategically and eloquently by the book. And you're like, oh, it's okay. He can talk all this shit about me. That's fine up until a certain point. You're ridiculous. But
Yeah.
that shows how much character you have.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really bother me so much when he says stuff about me like online. Like I said, the court is a different story. I'm not going to tolerate that. But when he says stuff about me online, I'm not like that bothered by it. Honestly, I think it's kind of funny. But when he talks about Omar and Rachel and whoever, I'm just like, this is so frustrating for me. So, especially when he tried to use me to paint Omar as some kind of conspiracy actor. I was like, you're joking, right?
I mean, it's ridiculous. Do we think he's just like kind of clinging to any type of relevancy at this point, though? Like his clients,
yeah.
Like there's nothing left for you there.
Yeah, I mean, this whole criminal case is happening, and now it's getting all this publicity, especially in the last couple of days, or whenever the indictment like came out the first time, and he no longer has any relevancy, and so I think he's kind of freaking out a little bit because people are going to see him for what he is, and he's like, oh shit, well,
a lawyer that loses.
Right. And also just like a crazy person. Like he put out a YouTube video and he threatened me, said, if you don't stop saying that I'm on drugs, we're going to have a problem. And like, mind you, this is like the guy who's publishing my home address on his website. So yeah, it's a little creepy. And I'd like to make fun of it and not, talk too much about how actually serious that is, but it is a serious issue. And I said, in my opinion, like, you are acting like somebody who abuses drugs. I have worked with many people in that position. You are exhibiting these signs and behaviors of somebody who has a serious drug problem. Mm-hmm. So I will continue to exercise my right to have my opinion about that. I'm allowed to do that.
Of course you are.
Yeah. I think that he has a real problem. I don't know. He just got a second DUI, so.
Whoa, wait. Well, the first one was when he was younger, and then the second one was okay. Yeah. I was like, he got another one in the past. Holy shit.
Yeah, no.
That's crazy. No, I know about the second one. I just want to keep my timeline straight.
Yeah, it was months ago that it actually happened, but then we just got the mugshot and all that. So I was gonna I'm gonna obviously use that a lot because he doesn't like when I use his head on Laura's body. So we'll just use your mugshot. That's fine. Because the only reason I did that, I tried really hard to like be as kind as possible to him in the beginning and give him as much grace as I could. And the reason I stopped doing that is like he's trying to strike people who use photos of him, like copyright strike people on YouTube. And he's like going after my friends and stuff. I'm like, okay, I can play by your rules, but then you have to accept it the way that I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it my way. But then he goes and cries about how I put his head on Laura's body to a court in California. I live in Florida. I have nothing to do with these people. Like, dude, nuts.
Wait, but I can't even go down that rabbit hole. I'm like, doesn't this idiot still live in Arizona?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Is he still married?
I don't really have too much insight into that. People say there are some problems there. I believe that there's probably some problems there, but I don't really think about it too much, so I couldn't really tell you. I'm more interested in his professional failings, but I think that he has some personal stuff going on, and that's pretty obvious. So.
Oh my goodness, I can't. It's exhausting. Well, yeah. I'm really bummed to hear that you think that the trial for Laura is going to get bumped past January. Yeah. I thought January is going to be like our max out point where.
Oh yeah, that would have been nice. I do think it'll get moved though. Yeah, but I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. I've never covered a criminal trial before, so.
Omar, how many days or months or whatever are they allowed to bump these things? Is there any stipulations around that?
I don't know, but I think Omar went to get drunk somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well,
See, Omar's no longer with us. So,
this is funny. So one morning I was headed to the airport super early and I'm walking out the door with my bags, like going to get my, I don't know if I was driving or my Uber or whatever. And I walk right past Clayton. We still live in the same building, which is so funny, yet we still have not met in person.
yeah.
But yeah,
No.
I came back to my husband. I was like, "Hey, that guy who like we see on the Netflix commercials, who the whole Laura Owens thing." He's like, "Oh, that's nuts! It's so funny he still lives here."
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry, you might run into him still.
I know. I'm like, what are the odds?
Yeah.
Criminal trials often get bumped and depends on speedy trial rights and if a defendant invokes them. So, speedy trial rights. Talk to me about what a speedy trial right is. Who gets that?
I totally would if I had any idea.
Come on, get your damn law degree. Just stop slacking.
Yeah,
Jeez.
like 3 years, dude. 4 years probably. But yeah, no, I know that everybody has a right to speedy trial, but when it was designated a complex case, I thought that kind of meant that it was not going to be that speedy. I don't know, but that's just what I understand from the limited kind of reading that I've done about that. I don't know enough to really say.
Does anyone know if her horses have been liquidated? Minus the one that she just used in that show.
No, they haven't.
Okay. Because we still got horse money. We got Airbnb money. We've got the expensive house in Scottsdale money. So they're not going to do well with this bankruptcy situation, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be really funny if she had to give up all her horses to Clayton.
Next question is, when does she need to start paying him back? Because I know he won his attorney fees.
They're doing like some, it's called like a debtor's, some kind of debtor's exam. I can't remember exactly what it's called, where she has to basically go do like a, kind of like a deposition type thing where she has to answer to like about her finances and all that. I don't know when that's happening. I think it did set a date, guys. If you could tell us, I don't recall because we were, busy with Mike's stuff. So I saw that it had come out, but I don't totally remember when it is. I think it's soon though. So because she's gonna try to not pay anything, and so they're gonna try to prove that she, can pay it.
Well, okay. So what if for some reason they decide, okay, she doesn't have the money, she can't pay him back? Is he just screwed, or the lawyer screwed? Like, what happens?
Yeah, I mean both. I guess if she never, they never see a dime of that sucks. But I wouldn't be surprised with the amount of chaos she seems to be able to do with whatever money she has. I'm sure she's already spent it on some other shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, lots of people unfortunately never see a cent of what they're entitled to based on the judgment.
Man.
Yeah. That's why I kept saying last year when David was threatening to sue me, I was like, I'm a healthcare worker in debt. Good luck. You're not going to get anything from me. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I hear that. There's also, I feel like in her situation, she's researched ways to hide assets. So
yeah,
they're going to probably need to do a little bit more digging than your average situation, perhaps.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes for sure. I think it might take a little bit of time, but I think the date is soon. I'm not positive though.
Okay, so if she gets thrown in jail, does she still owe all that money back to Clayton? Next question.
I want to say yes. I think that yes. Can she pay him? No, probably not. If she's in jail and
well she doesn't work now, so like why would we think?
Yeah,
the jail's gonna help.
Well, because she would finally have her first real employment, like working in the kitchen or something, or cleaning toilets. So maybe she could give him a few bucks here and there.
That's the other thing that makes me so confused is you're going through all this shit right now. Like, why don't you have a job? Why aren't you out there making some actual money when you have a lot of things that you're trying to battle, fight, pay for, lawyers, debts that you owe? Like,
she's never had to. She doesn't know what it's like to struggle for money because her family has been kind of creatively financing for such a long time that they've had this appearance of wealth when really this kind of impending doom was always coming. And it's finally here. But she's never, I doubt she's ever really had to worry about money or anything like that to the point where she didn't feel like she had to hold a job. I think that she would have difficulty While the structure would be good for her if she would comply with like regular workplace norms, I think that she would have a difficulty holding a job because of the way that she interacts with people and feels entitled and then attacks them in like the most insane, most dramatic way possible when they don't give her what she wants. Like I can't imagine she would last very long at any real job. So,
I mean, you could be a Lyft or Uber driver, right? You don't have to do much there.
oh,
You
she
know.
can't do that though. She sued Uber
Oh,
over.
that's right. I
She
forgot
said
about that. I forgot about that one.
she said that there's been multiple different ways that she got her epilepsy, but then she claimed it was like in that Uber accident, and I don't know the total details of that lawsuit, so I'm just kind of paraphrasing my understanding of it, which is she said the accident caused her to have that. And so she gets like free Uber rides, I think, now, and she's not. If you have epilepsy like that, I don't think you're supposed to drive unless you meet certain requirements. I think you have to like get a doctor's note or something. It depends on the state you live in.
But she can drive to Barry's boot camp and back. That's weird.
Oh, she drives to Barry's.
Hmm? I can't believe that that's like the most revelation-y thing that I've said today. That's oof, mind blown.
That's awesome.
I mean, she sure doesn't walk.
Oh God, what a cunt! I'm sorry.
In what car? In like I think it's like a Hyundai, maybe? I don't remember.
I mean, we saw it, I think, in the body cam footage in the garage, but I was gonna like, I don't understand the use for this car. Maybe Jan drives. I don't know.
Yeah, it's in the body cam footage. Whatever that one is
I don't think Laura's supposed to drive. I can't confirm that, but I would think that she's not supposed to drive. That's just what I thought. So I don't know. I can't tell you for sure, but
no thanks. Yeah, it's a black SUV. It's like a small black SUV. It's like a Hyundai or a Kia or something. I don't remember.
So you can drive with epilepsy if seizures are infrequent, but I call lies on the epilepsy. My thing is that I think that she's so dramatic about all her fake health conditions that I can't imagine she would go halfway with the epilepsy. So I think that she would not be supposed to drive without, a doctor's note. But that is totally my speculation. I don't have any confirmation.
Okay, the bankruptcy correct in the comments says that they don't own a car. They do own a car. Somebody owns the damn car because they use the car. Her and her mother have gone to Barry's boot camp in it. She's gone to Barry's boot camp without her mother in it.
Yeah.
It was the same one in the body cam footage, and that's their reality. I was sitting in my car, saw her get out of a car and walk in, and I was like, oh, fuck. And then I walked in. So, like, that's that. I was on a business call walking into Barry's late, and I was like, oh, man, hopefully we're not near each other. And we weren't, thankfully. Because, like I said, I will never speak to her.
Yeah. I mean, nobody really wants to. She just likes to, say that people are stalking her and shit. Black Hyundai Tucson with pink license plate fancy. That is very specific. She has a way better memory than I do.
I don't remember. I mean, okay. Did I say Hyundai? I think I said Hyundai. I knew it was like a small black something, but I don't remember the license plate.
It's a car, and I don't think she should be driving it. So, yeah, that's hilarious. Her neurologist said people don't usually get the kind of epilepsy Laura claimed to have from a TBI. Well, yeah, because she's lying about it, I think. But that's just, again, I can't confirm that. Just saying. Usually if you haven't had an epileptic seizure for 6 months, then you can drive again, have to have doctor's clearance. Thank you for that. So I'm not really familiar with the process. I've just heard different things. But
yeah, I have not a dang clue. I hadn't heard the epilepsy claim though.
Oh yeah, no, she claimed she got it from like the Uber accident. She also claimed that Mike caused it somehow, and then it appears that she at one point fell off a horse in a way that may have caused it. So there's a lot of skepticism around that, like all of her medical conditions, because like if you fake a pregnancy, faking your epilepsy is not really out of the question. I was what? She told Mike they were gonna get twin Teslas because of her payout from the lawsuit. Oh, this bitch is comedy. Not Snitchel Ninja, Laura. Sorry. I mean, they're both funny.
Twin Teslas. What a flex. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Dude.
Maybe we'll charge them together too. It'll be so romantic.
Ew. Sorry,
I like not into freaking cars you need to plug in.
No, I probably wouldn't drive a Tesla either. Next time I have to get a car, which hopefully won't be for a little while, I'm definitely get like a hybrid or something. But I'm not gonna get a Tesla.
That's so eco of you. I just am like, if I need to go somewhere, I'm gonna go and put the gas in, and I'm gonna go. Like I'm not gonna deal with like we gotta plug this thing in somewhere now and sit here.
Mm-hmm. No, I'll probably get like a hybrid. So I don't know, but I always made fun of my parents for having a Prius when they had one because I was like, "This is a vagina car, Dad. Why are you driving this?" But like, I would totally probably get one now if I had to buy a car
Okay,
because
one
I
of
want
my
cheaper gas.
ex-boyfriends in DC had a Prius and he was like so fucking proud of this car. It was hilarious. So the other day, him and I are friends still, was behind a Prius and I took a picture of it. I gotta find this. Oh, it's good. Okay, here it
Mhm.
is. It says cool Prius, said nobody.
That's awesome.
So I texted it to him instantly. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
this guy I knew to drive a Prius.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh,
No, but
okay.
I
Well,
mean, they do get good gas mileage. So if you have to drive lots of places, I get it. I don't drive.
I drive a Mustang, so it's not great, but it's not the worst.
Oh, that's hot. I liked it.
I've had it since I was 19. This was my first car because I used when I started driving my dad's old car. So that was my first car, and I've had it since then. And I'm like gonna be so sad when I have to get a new car. So
Keep it going, baby. Keep it going.
trying, trying. I don't have to drive it too much anymore because I don't work downtown now. I work from home most of the time. So,
Well, that's
I,
really nice.
yeah. But
Okay,
I gotta.
do
Go ahead.
you like working from home? Last question for you.
Yeah, I was getting really exhausted because I was driving downtown, which took like 45 minutes or so. If there was traffic, worse than that, and I would work 12-hour shifts, and then I would have to drive 45 minutes to an hour home at night, and I would have to do that like days in a row, and so I was like so tired, and also the job was just emotionally draining. So I was like, I got to do something else. So yeah, I'm liking this a lot better because like I brought my workstation here, so I could be here all week and still
Right,
do
which
my
is
job.
great.
So that's it works out a lot better for my lifestyle, I think.
I hear that. I
Yep.
hear that. So, do you have any fun plans for the rest of your night in San Francisco?
No, I think I'm gonna edit that video with Mike and his wife and put that up, and then I'll probably crash soon if I can because I got a flight at 7 in the morning. So
Good. Well, I'm happy you're getting home finally.
yeah,
I'm so glad that Mike got some great news this week. That's always awesome. And I'm super
yeah,
happy for Greg because I was wondering, I was like, when is something going to happen positive in that situation?
yeah, right, yeah. I mean, he doesn't really do like press and stuff like that, so he doesn't talk like publicly about it too much. I know he makes like snarky comments online, which is hilarious.
Oh, I love his comments. They
Yeah,
crack me up.
yeah, but he hasn't like really done like an interview or anything like that. So I was like, I always felt like he was being not like left behind so much because we all know, right? But I felt
Yeah.
like he was just like not getting the kind of his situation was not getting the attention that I felt it like really
Well, 100%.
deserved.
Like, I feel like, of course, Clayton got the most. He had
Oh well, yeah. That I mean
like
that's
legal
fair.
team. He was former bachelor. He's on all the Netflix shows. Blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah blah. Makes sense. And thank God that Clayton is who he is, so that this got the kind of airplay that it needs to get.
yeah,
But I was like, what the hell happened with Greg's stuff? Like, is this ever gonna get resolved for this guy? Because
right.
he's crazy.
Sounds like it's gonna work out. So it's just gonna take some time, I think.
The thing that I've been reading in the comments is that with 14 charges, you're definitely going to jail for something. So it's
Yeah,
not going to end up being like some house arrest bullshit.
yeah. No, I mean that just wouldn't be justice at this point. So especially when she's like going on Daily Mail saying I'm innocent. You know what I mean? Like fuck off. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. So,
This is going to be a really good Netflix show. And I can't wait for the interview that I did for the iHeartRadio thing. Did you do
oh
one of
yeah.
those too?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that as far as like when it's happening and stuff like that, but yeah.
I was told it's going to happen first quarter of 2026.
Oh, okay.
So they came to our studio, did a couple of segments about it, and then she said it's going to get into editing and start moving in the right direction. So
Yeah.
they're hoping then after that it'll get syndicated by like Netflix or Prime or something like that to really get some more eyes on the project. So
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, guys, I gotta take off so I can edit this thing and get it up before midnight Eastern. But I will.
Work, girl. It's been
You know,
great chatting with you. Thank you for having me on.
yeah, you too. I'm sure we'll do this again. I know it took a while, but between last time we did this and now, I just like had so much shit going on. So I kind of.
No, I get it. I get it. Everybody's got shit going on.
All right, guys, thank you. Oh wait, I have to leave this. Darcy, thank you for the $20. Watch the Law and Crime that just came out. Leila, after this fun stream, Laura hits Law and Crime today. Oh, okay. Yeah, you should check that out.
Totally down.
So. All right, bye everyone.
Bye.